the new mazes for 2014.
M.U.S.E here with Brooke Walters. Okay, of all the mazes you've done, which one's your best one?
Oh, well, that's a loaded question.
Your favorite. I'm sorry. Your favorite.
Again, it's really hard to choose. When you put as much time and energy as we put into the things that we create here, it's really difficult to pick a favorite. I'll give you a top few. I think Doll Factory was really where I cut my teeth, and I got into that darker, more twisted, and I started to push the envelope when it came to design and came to creating an environment and making an environment more realistic. And I think that was the first time we really started to think outside of the box with like the 4x8 maze wall building, and I really started to change that thought process. Like, we need to make these things feel real. It's a labor of love, what we do, so it's really hard to choose a favorite. They're like your children.
I loved the DollHouse and the Terror of London. Those were actually some of my favorite ones. But I think about what inspires you when you're doing these mazes and you're barely creating them. Do you like read books, or what is your inspiration for these?
I'll do all kinds of things. Like with Voodoo, I literally sat down for hours and hours and I poured over Voodoo history, Voodoo, you know, the full gamut, and learned everything I could about Voodoo. And then on top of that, you always have to mix in, you know, good movies like Serpent and the Rainbow and things like that that will inspire you as well. And then, I mean, with Forevermore, it was me sitting and reading Poe and listening to Poe, which, I mean, he's a wordy man. So that was a lot of work, but then you get to take those nuggets and twist them and make them dark and terrifying. And there's something really gratifying, I guess, when you're sick and twisted like me, that about taking something that everybody knows and just making it disturbing. And I really enjoy that. I always say if you looked at my Google history, you'd think I was a sociopath. So
You're like, but I'm not. I just do this for fun.
Stay away from our lunch. Hey, you got some candy?
What's the best part about being a creator for the mazes?
Oh, the fun of, there's two parts, I think. One is when you're, that first part, the initial part, when you come up with the idea, when it's just purely creative, it's not even on paper, it's just coming up with the idea, is so fun. And then the next is opening night, when it all comes together, you see everything out there for everyone to enjoy, and you hear the screams, and you see like the terror in people's eyes.
No mortal has disturbed him. It comes thief in the night and drop the revenant. It comes thief in the night and drop the revenant in the blood.